Okay. We're alive one place. That's close enough. So these are our quests for today. I have no idea how many of these quests we're going to do. But we're just gonna take this time and relax a bit. Cause that's what I need. That's what I need. So let's just start with a beginner and we're gonna go up. So you need 14 wins in a row. I don't want hints. One. Not there. Oof. Two. Three. Four. So, I've been doing a lot of things, and that's kind of frustrating right there, yeah. But I've been starting to work on some future projects, and part of that is including me doing stuff that is taking a lot of learning. Those two, and that process is that was not the smartest move, but that process feels like it's taken a lot out of me. So we're just doing something calm and relaxing today. Not focusing on efficiency or anything else in particular here, just wanting to get through the win count. So I need a 14 win streak here to get this first quest, which, you know, I can't, like, they're not, it's not hard, it just takes time. Don't want that open. And a little bit of luck. So while we wait, while we do that, yeah, I've been learning, like, sysadmin stuff. Which, is starting to turn my brain a little bonky. I'm starting to go a little bonkers from sysadmin work, from researching sysadmin stuff, trying to understand the way to do what I'm working on setting up. Like, I know I could do it the simple way, but I want to do it right so that I don't have to go back and fix things later. I don't know why I just placed those mines there. So I wanna be as I want to be handling things the right way. Which is why you set up infrastructure. It's just that setting up infrastructure takes time and research and stuff like that. And so I thought about streaming that today, but I have next to no idea what I'm actually doing, so I felt it would not be very fun to watch. And with any luck, as long as this doesn't like end on a 50-50 or something silly like that, or I don't make a dumb mistake, this should be the end of this. That should finish this quest. And that's one quest. And then we have 5 intermediates with no flags and 2 intermediates high efficiency. So we're gonna start with no flagging. And then move on to high efficiency, because no flagging is easy. It's not easy, but it's easier than efficiency. Just a second, I gotta check this text message I got. Okay. Just a reminder about something for tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm working on infrastructure while I'm not streaming, and just decided to go back to easy stuff. Not that loop. Darn it, I miscounted. I misread where those were. Not that what I have been streaming otherwise isn't easy. Just, let me pull that music down a bit. That's a little high. But yeah. That isn't where I meant to click. Okay. And there's one up there. There's also... Okay, Not there. This music is just super calming and relaxing to me, so if I just start vibing to the music, don't... just remind me. But yeah, it's just... It's hard to talk about what I'm doing without necessarily spoiling what's coming, but what I can say is that since I'm setting up a server, so I'm learning how to deal with Docker, and I'm learning how to do all these things. And I knew some of this, but I'm learning how to do it in a more correct way than I knew before, which is potentially taking its toll on my sanity. Cool. Oh, I need 5 with no flags. I see. Yeah. I thought my brain had the number 2 in it from the 110% efficiency quest. So there's one guaranteed there, which means there's one there. And one of the things I haven't had to deal with before is doing all of this, doing all of this over the network on a server. Because I was always, whenever I was messing around with something like Docker in the past, I was just doing it on my computer. So it's a different ballgame. And since this server will be exposed to the internet at large, yeah, that was a 50-50 there. Since it will be exposed to the internet at large, that means that security is important. So I'm trying to do things right that way too, and that's a whole nother ball field. At least it's not something that's mission critical. Like something for work, for my job, but that doesn't make it that much. That doesn't make it any easier. So I got 2 there, which means 1 there, which opens that up. That all clears out. Cool. And that's 3, I think. Oh, yeah, that was a me. That was a me problem. So yeah, that's where I've been since my stream yesterday. It feels very it's not a problem. It feels very very much like I'm trying to learn new things, which I guess I'm trying to learn new things all the time anyway, so I guess that's no surprise, but whew. I think that's 4. No, I didn't. And I had misread that too anyway, so didn't matter. I was gonna make a mistake on the on one of the next couple clicks. Like, I've been learning speed cubing techniques recently. I've been working on getting that stuff, on getting that together. Sometimes I wonder if I push myself too hard. And I think the answer is generally yes to that question, but still, I wonder if I push myself too hard. So there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There's 1 guaranteed there, there's 2 there, which means there's 2 or 3 in those slots. Yeah, that was just, that corner was oh, I had more info that I was not seeing. Okay, now I'm focused again. So I was dealing with something else. Okay, cool. It's right there, and not there, but yes to those 2. Yay! Quest done. Let's try this one. Okay, so there's a mine there, which clears out those 2. There's a mine there, which means not there. So there's not a mine there or there, but there is one there. Is that a good spot? There's not a mine. Oh, that's a great spot right there. That wasn't a spectacular choice, on my part. But I would also say it wasn't bad either. That was a waste. But that's part of the game. There's 2 guaranteed right there. Which there's actually another 2 guaranteed there. No, darn it. I misbrained that. But I was on track for 110% efficiency there. Not there. There's 1 there, which means there's 1 there. There's 1 there, which means that there's 1 there. Crap. I thought that would be... better off. I thought that would end up better for me than it did. That was... oof. Yeah, that was gross. That wasn't going well. So, if you want to know my strategy when it comes to this stuff, it ends up being click counting. Essentially. Click counting with a slight bias towards flagging. So, like, if the number of clicks by flagging is the same as the number of clicks by not flagging, I will choose to flag, generally. That was dumb. I knew that was dumb. But yeah, if the number of clicks between flagging and not flagging is the same, then I will flag instead. Because it could, like in this case, that's a case where it's kind of iffy, but like it can occasionally give you free chords later on. So like here it's 2. Like that was 2 clicks and it opened up 2 spots. So I still flagged instead. Because like right there, that was 2 clicks that ended up opening up a whole pile of space. There's 1 there. And that area is done. Yeah. obviously not perfect, but, you know, I don't think there's not a such thing as a perfect system for efficiency. Although there might be. But, you know, that was one misclick, which I could very much lose this by one click now. And be very unhappy about that fact. Or, you know, totally forget about it by the time I get to that point. And not even think about it. Not there. Not there. Okay, I think I salvaged that just a bit. So yeah, that was 60. So to get 110% efficiency here, I would have needed significant, like I would have needed to cut more than that one click off. That would have cut 4 clicks. I needed to cut 6 clicks. I guess the next goal is to have as few clicks open up one tile or less. That's gonna clear up that area. Oof. I knew that would. I was kind of. Well, actually, I was kind of hoping that would just be a 4. Okay, that area's done. Oof. Oof. That was a wait. That was a negative amount of clicks, but it did. Oof! I did not click that in the best path, the best order, I suppose. Yeah, that was a 50-50 right there. I didn't realize that, but yeah, that was a 50-50. That was also technically a 50-50, but that seems to more often than not end up in the positive for me when I make moves like that. Okay, not there. I had someone ask me once, but what about if you could have clicked on an open tile? And my response usually ends up being that those are difficult enough to, like, they're generally, I don't, you might be able to understand the patterns enough to find those, but I generally feel like you have to know. I just might not understand the game enough. 127%. That's one. That's one, boys. Okay. But I enjoy efficiency because it makes me slow down and play the game smarter, I guess. Oof. That was a misclick and a half. It was just one. That was just me making conversation. So yeah, one of the first things you're gonna learn when you start practicing playing for efficiency is gonna be what clicks are worth it and what clicks aren't. I wouldn't say I know that. I wouldn't say I'm particularly good at that skill yet. But I will also say that I'm probably better at that than I am a lot of things in Minesweeper these days. Not there. Yeah, that wasn't particularly pretty. But I was not expecting to get 210% efficiencies in a row. Oof. Part of me feels like that's just bad luck, but you know. So one of the reasons that I did it like that, so that was a negative click. I spent 3 clicks to open 2 tiles, but chances seemed very high from what I was seeing around here that this was still going to be a 2 right there. So I took a gamble. So there's one there. There's One there. Okay. Now that is a gamble I'm not willing to take. For some reason. I don't quite understand myself why there are some gambles that I'm so willing to take and others that just are like, that makes no sense. But like a lot of things in Minesweeper, I just trust my gut on it. I mean, it's certainly not the best way to play the game, but I play Minesweeper very intuitively, and I have 112% efficiency to show for it this game, or that round. So I guess we're gonna move on to expert games. 2 in a row and 110% efficiency. So wish me luck here, because this is fun. I will say that the first time I really practiced efficiency, yeah, was while playing expert maps to get the quest. That we're just gonna restart because I'm working on efficiency first here. That's a big oof. Okay. This is kind of ugly. Cool. Cool, that's pretty horribly ugly, actually. Let's try that. So a lot of, and that's why a lot of my skill when it comes to high efficiency gameplay ends up. Okay, let's just do that. Shows up when I have a lot of space to work, since that's what I practiced on and got used to. Because there's this silly little achievement called Sniper, which I got 2 months in a row. And I was really happy about getting it 2 months in a row. And then I took a hiatus from playing. So there's one there, there's one there. Which means there's none there. There's none there. That was a guess. And I was, you know... It's above 100% efficiency there. So there's 3 right there. There's actually going to be 1 right there. And there's going to be 1 right there. So there's 1 there. And there's 1 there, so that means there's something there. Okay, let's clean that out. So it's a... Yeah, I don't know. One right there, one right there. Same here. There's one there, one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you are... That right there is a wall. Which means right there is open. Cool. So we're just gonna click right there and close that wall right out. So there's 3 right there. Can actually do that. And open that up a little bit more. There's a spot right there. That's open. None in those 3. What does that mean for me? Where's your second? Okay, that means a decent bit right there. So that means there's not a mine right... Well, I already knew there's not a mine there. But there's a mine there and there's not a mine there. I'm gonna click there. There's not a mine there. Let's just go ahead and open that up. Cool. Cool. So that means that all right through there is a wall that's either a mine or a 5. Oof. Okay. There's one there. Which I'm actually going to use. I'm going to go ahead and use that mine. Oof. I double-clicked right there. I hope this is as interesting to you as it is to me. There's... Cool. Crap. There's not one there, so that's a 4. That's open. That's open. So that's all done. Just gonna do that just for sanity's sake. Click, click. Hello. Glad to see you round these parts, Ignacy. I'm doing pretty good. Kinda tired, but I'm fine. God, that's annoying. They can't just make it easy, can they? Well, of course they can't. This is expert. So how are you? Oh, that does make that simpler. Those 3, which opens up these 2. Well, that's always fun. Not there. Okay, so I have... Okay, I need to start doing math. So I have 55, 4, 3, 2, 1, 49... No. 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 2, 1, 0, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I miscounted something there. No! No! And I was on track too. I was on track too. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that. So that's for this wonderful quest right here. Isn't that such a fun quest? I mean, I do get that I do have enable elite quests checked, but still, I was on track. I was going to make it. And that was with 2. That was with 2 misclicks. It's actually right there, guaranteed. And that... There's one there, one there, one there. I actually really have been enjoying efficiency ever since I did my first practice session on it, essentially. It's been a ton of fun doing efficiency for me. It's not easy, that's for sure, but it's fun. And it's rewarding when I can finish it. Okay, let's deal with this corner. Is there a better way to break in? Not really. Just not there. There's one there, there's two there. And so there's one there, there's one there. Yeah. Yeah, that was just a bunch of fitties right in there. Ah. Ah. Yeah, it certainly does. But that's the fun part, isn't it? That they pretty much always just show up at the end, unless you're doing high difficulty. Okay, but there's my 4. And there's one there, so there's none there, so there's none there. Ah. I also have not been sweeping for about 2 months. I miscalculated that. But yeah, I haven't been sweeping for about 2 months. Took a hiatus from it because I wanted to do other things. Darn it. That was a painful misclick. And I'm still doing other things. Today is just a bit of a throwback day. Feeling kind of lazy, didn't feel like doing anything in particular. So we're just minesweeping. 5... Oop. I forgot that 3 was touching that bottom one. The fun part about efficiency is that it combines all of the bad from no flags. Well, that sounds like fun. But yeah, it combines all the bad of no flags into none of the good parts from using flags. Oh, I'm sure that would be unfun. Not that it would be bad, it would just be oof. That's good. Minesweeper without flags just isn't Minesweeper. So there's not a mine there. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. That. That sounds fun. One fun thing is that I've come to the conclusion that I probably work myself too hard. Expect too much out of myself, and there is nothing that I can really do about that fact. Okay, that corner's done. Is this corner... Now this edge is good. I know. And it's not necessarily that. It's more so that even when I'm taking a break, I'm still working. Even when I, like, even when I take a break from work. Hello, this is my normal Saturday streaming time. Thank you. I just haven't streamed on Saturday in a couple weeks. Ah! Well, that's exciting. My clock's been changed over for a while. But yes, minesweeping with Trace. I needed to cool down a bit after, well, what I've been working on today. Yeah, I'm good. I can show off in a little bit. I kind of just want to get this high efficiency done, but we all know how that goes. Or maybe. This one's, even if I win this one, it's not gonna be efficient. It's not gonna be. Ugh. But getting a win in the first place is going to be nice. Okay, so I think this left side is not solved. Now I think this left side is solved. Darn it. Okay. So I can show off some of the things I've been working on. Really? Okay. So I now have on my server, I have a reverse proxy system running. Along with this, which this is Docker stuff. So, you know, this is, don't mind me. I'm just, I'm just slowly, driving myself insane. You don't really need to know what you're looking at, but that's what I've been working on. It is not work stuff, no. If it had anything to do with work, I wouldn't be doing it on a Saturday. Well, I guess it depends on what you call work. Because some people would say that I have, like, 4 jobs, and that, yes, it would... If you follow that interpretation, then yes, it is work stuff. It is kind of gaming stuff. But it's not the kind of stuff that any normal gamer gets into. But, you know, I'm anything but normal. Anyway. I can't really get into details about it because... Well, because that's spoilers. But, yeah? But yeah, you know, some people would say that I probably have, like, somewhere between 3 and 4 jobs that I'm doing in my life. Only one of which I actually get paid for. It will end up... I wouldn't say that it's a spoiler in itself, because there's been talk of secret projects, from me for quite a while. The fact that something cool is coming, is not a spoiler. What that something is a spoiler. That was a complete and total guess, and that was dumb of me. But, yeah. Just know that I'm becoming a sysadmin, and sysadmins are very special kinds of people. Because they can deal with this stuff without going insane. I might give up on this quest and move on to just trying to get the... Yeah, let's put a pause on high efficiency and just try and win 2 games in a row. Well, yeah, you are watching quite a few streams of it on YouTube. So YouTube might start thinking you're a gamer, you know. You better watch out. Sorry to burst your bubble there, kid. I think you might be on the internet. Yeah, that wasn't. So yeah, the stuff that I've been working on, you say that you have no idea what you're looking at. Well, I can say that I, a week ago would have had no idea what I was looking at when I was doing this stuff. So that kind of tells you what I've been doing off stream quite a bit. Quite a bit. Just keep adding more jobs on top that I don't get paid for, on top of my other jobs that I don't get paid for, you know. Okay, 1, 2, Uh-huh. No, staying sane doesn't count as a job. That's not something I get, that's not something I have time to do. That's the hope. What? How are there 3 left? How are there 3 left? How? What am I missing? How? How? There can't be 3. There can't be 3. There can't be 3 in those 4 squares. Those are the only unflagged squares. What? Excuse me? Game? There can only be 1 in those 2. And there can only be 1 in those 2. There essentially has to be 1 there. If there's 3. Oh. Sorry, never mind. Don't mind me. I couldn't brain. I couldn't brain. Okay, there's 1 win. So, like, streaming I don't get paid for. I hope at some point that I will be able to make some money off of it, and maybe, like, something I would like to do is potentially have this be a viable career option for me, as a content creator. Do I think that's going to happen? No. But would I like that to happen? Yeah, I think that would be nice. Other things like music production. Music production is on my list of things that I want to be a viable career path. It's just you have to put time in it for it to get that way. So, is it a job right now? Yeah. I would say that music production is a job right now, even though I don't get paid for it. Another one of my jobs, something that I don't ever really expect to be paid for, is my volunteering at church. That, I could strike out and find a church that has a professional band. So I guess in theory, I could have that be a career path. And find a place where I can be a professional musician. Is that really something I want? Not quite so much. That's not something that stands out to me as much as something that I want. But like music production, I would love for that to be able to support me as a career. How would that work out? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't stop streaming, that's for sure. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? I am happy with my job, but there's a difference between my job is not my dream job. Like, what I would really want to do is to be an independent game developer, making games working under my own, like working on my, not necessarily on my own, but working on my own games. Or in a small company where, like, in a small game studio kind of thing. However, I don't really see that as a viable path forward in my life right now. For various reasons. So being happy where I am is one thing, but having dreams beyond the place that you're currently at is another thing. Like, I have pretty great benefits at my current job. I don't really, like, I would be hard pressed to find a job that has better benefits unless you're talking about, like, vacation. The vacation benefits at my current job are kind of crap. Exactly. And part of me, as a creative person, I'm not satisfied just being a code monkey. I mean, it's fine. I still get to be creative and do engineering and enjoy the engineering work I'm doing. As a code monkey for some company. But that doesn't mean that it's what I want to do with my life. Even when I took this job, I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. But it was like I needed a job. So there wasn't another option at the time. And I got into a really good place. There's a really good culture in my company. Or at least there was before the pandemic, and hopefully that comes back as things go back to normal. But like you know, indeed. And so part of me, I'm using this as a place to stabilize who I am as a person. Like I am fighting to get as far, or to get out of debt as fast as I possibly can, so that I can be in control of my own future. Like I borrowed pretty heavily against my future in college, and you know, I'm among the lucky ones who I knew, like, it wasn't just, oh yeah, you'll have a good job when you get out of college. No, I knew that I was going to have a good job when I got out of college. Yeah, college debt. Wow. Wow, guys. Wow. The thing is that starting that as a side business is a really, really rough thing. Because I'm not gonna be in, like, it's not easy to code for 8 hours. And then come home and code more. Like, that's one of the things where that is going to push me into burnout and depression. Like there's no question about that fact. So, side gig is not that's not gonna work out as a side gig. Like, streaming works as a side gig just fine. But more programming, no, that doesn't work. Now, like, if I was doing game music, if I was doing something totally different, you know, that's a different story. But yeah, so there's I've put a lot of thought into how to do this stuff, and like, part of me thinks that the only way that I'm really gonna be able to do game development as a career, or at least in my own studio. I could find a studio that I can work for. Or I could try to find a studio to work for. But the only way that I can see myself able to safely do game development would be to do that with another career that isn't programming stabilizing me. Or, you know, I could do the entrepreneurial thing of get out of debt, save up a big savings fund, and live off of that for a period of time. You know, I could do that. Another thing I could do, like, I don't think it's unfeasible. It's not really something that I want to do, but it's not unfeasible for me to I don't know. It's just there's a lot more to this than just doing the work. Like, there is the human element, which is the most dangerous part to me because I'm not good at that. I'm not good at managing my own mental state once I get into it. Once I get into something, it's very hard for me to convince myself to stop simply because of my mental state. And that's not, I'm getting better about that. Like, you know, me missing streams, those are all being missed either because I need to do something else to stay sane, or because I'm in a bad enough place that I just can't, I can't do it that day. Come on. Yes, okay, that's one big hurdle down when it comes to getting 2 consecutive wins, to getting a 2 expert win streak. That's true. So, what I know is that I have thought through the scenarios, and right now what looks like the best chance for me to deal with to follow my dreams. The best chance for me to follow my dreams is to be a content creator of some sort, either as a streamer or as like a music producer, if that somehow started actually earning money. No! No, 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 no! Darn it! Ah! Okay. But to have some sort of it did last longer than it should have. To have some sort of non-programming income already being the thing that supports me. You'd think so, but music is a very tough industry to break into. Like, honestly, I have a higher chance of being successful as a streamer than I have a chance of being successful as a musician. That's just how it works. It's a harsh reality out there for people who want to be in music. Now, it's a different story. Exactly. I wouldn't necessarily mark myself as a hidden gem, but you can feel free to do that if that's what you feel. I think I make fine background music. I don't know what appeal that has. I have not. Yeah, I've not. I have not done that. So, yeah. There's 5. Not there or there. There's 4. There's 3. There's 1. Okay. Thank you. Why? Why? Ugh. Game, you're so mean. Like, part of me really honestly thinks, and I wouldn't mind this, but that I probably would have a better chance making it as a professional musician than as a music producer. I am a... not much. I was just talking about, well, this all started from me talking about all the things that I do. But because I was bringing up, which of the things that I do that I would like to be able to, not like to be able to be earning an income off of, the conversation switched to what I thought about my job and stuff like that. So, long story short, I don't mind my job. I would like to... Oh, well, I'm gonna probably be streaming for at least an hour, hour and a half at this point. But if I don't see you, if you don't come back before the stream ends, then I'll see you. So yeah, you know, the difference between a job and a career, and I think that I'm in a perfectly decent career, but then there's another step there beyond about whether you're doing something that you want to do, or about whether you're being fulfilled by what you're doing, and I wouldn't say I'm being fulfilled by my job. It does not take me to the top of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid. Does that mean I have a bad job? No. I get paid very well. I have very good benefits. All of those things are nice, and they are what keeps me going back even on days that I don't feel like it. So, I don't know. Boop, 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 boop. Yes, exactly. Like, I would love... I can tell you that if I was streaming for streaming full time for a living, this isn't what all my streams would look like. I can promise you that, actually. Since just because I'm streaming doesn't mean that I don't still love programming and whatnot. So I wouldn't just be playing video games. I wouldn't just be making music. Okay, fine, we'll switch over to NG+, or to no guessing. And that was a guess. So yeah, for me it's, you know, life is fine. I'm only, like, I go through depressive cycles, but I always will. Like, there'll be good days and there'll be bad days. I'm sorry, I don't really like Fortnite as a game. Like, the concept. I'm not much for, I don't mind shooters, but I don't like, I've never really liked the, well, for one, I've never really liked hyper-competitive shooters, but, so. Today is a chill stream. Ow. Oof. So. So yeah, if you were seeing me more often, you would not just see more of the same. You would see me playing different games, doing more music production, doing more making video games and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And you know, honestly, there was a point in my life where I thought where I contemplated doing something like that. I say that as a person in my early 20s still. But not because I was not because I was fed up with the job, but because I thought that I was the adventurous sort of person. And then I went down to Florida for college, and I learned that I am not the adventurous sort of person. That family is what's most important to me. But yeah, change will happen when I leave. Change will happen. Well, that's always exciting. It's always fun to look forward to trips. You know, I'm probably going to end up calling you Ziggy one of these days, Eric. Just because now that I've seen your name shortened to Zig, I can only hear I can only hear the rabbit from Virtue's Last Reward saying Ziggy. Ziggy! Alright there, I think. Do, 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 do. That's 1 out of 2. What, you think I'm some sort of cultured person who actually has seen JoJo? I haven't seen your anime. Ziggy! Fido! And I cannot do a, that is the closest that I can do of a, impersonation of that character. And that is not an impersonation of that character at all. it was very much voiced by a female voice actor, just with the tones in the voice that I can't do those tones. So, yeah, that's you know, that's what I've come to the conclusion of while I've been at my current job is that I am a creative person. Ooh. So I can tell you 2 things about Florida. 1, it had no seasons, and I hated that about it. And 2, it wasn't bad, except for... Well, actually, I can tell you 3 things. Except the third one has nothing to do with Florida and just is weather. 2, it wasn't bad most of the time, unless I was flying in or out on the wrong days of the week to go out, like to go home because yeah, it is a holiday spot. So it is it's very frustrating, I will say, as a resident to fly in and out of, because you are going, more often than not, you are going to be dealing with tourists. So that's I did not enjoy that. I was in Orlando, Florida. If in case you were wondering. So that makes it even worse. But 2, there were no seasons, and I hated that about it. Everywhere I've grown up in has had seasons, and I really like seasons. Like, I know a lot of people who complain about snow, and we had a lot of snow this winter, but even still, I don't compare, I love snow. And sure, that might change when I own a house, but I love snow. I love winter weather. Part of that helps because I don't drive. I walk everywhere I go. So I don't have to deal with the consequences of snow, of this weather, most of the time. Yeah, right in the middle of tourist madness, and I am not paying much attention to the game. So I like seasons. And then this is not about Florida, but about hurricanes. I thought that I would be able to handle a hurricane, but I could not. I grew up with tornadoes. You know what I mean, Eric. I grew up with tornadoes, and tornadoes, they're normally not that big of a deal. If there's a tornado coming to you, though, there's a level of stress there. But tornadoes are short-lived. And so, the problem with hurricanes is that they're not short. And I couldn't deal with the stress of I could probably figure it out if I dealt with them for enough years in a row. But hurricanes stressed me out like tornadoes did, except it went on, and it went on, and it kept going. And so yeah, I thought I was going to be able to handle hurricanes because I knew how to handle tornadoes. But I couldn't. I could not handle a hurricane. It was too stressful, and I pretty much had a nervous breakdown. Now, I'm sure that there are people who went the other direction, who grew up with hurricanes, who would be absolutely terrified out of their mind of tornadoes because they're so fast. You have no warning about them. But the thing is my problem is because I went one way. And so I grew up with one natural disaster, and then I had to deal with a different type of natural disaster after I had already learned how to deal with one of them. So, Not actually... That was probably one of the biggest, eye-openers to me. And so hurricanes aren't a reason for me not to live in Florida. But that's an interesting tidbit. But like, you know, I can deal with tornado level stress. It's coming, you know, coming for your town. I mean, I will say that like when I was growing up, I'm pretty sure that I remember there being a tornado that did damage in a line straight across my house, but it jumped for like 3 blocks or 3 or 4 blocks before and after my house. Now, it didn't do a ton of damage, but it did damage. So it's interesting. So like, yeah, it was one of those things. And part of it was that I knew what to do in a tornado. Like tornadoes won't stress me out for the rest of my life because I know what to do in them. And I know, and I've dealt with that before. I've dealt with the tornado siren going off late at night and being woken up by it, or being woken up by someone coming in shaking you awake in your bed because you need to go downstairs now because there's a tornado coming for your town right now. Like, you have no time. You need to be awake, you need to be prepared, and you need to be there so that you can deal with this right now. So what I ended up doing, the one hurricane I had to live through, I ended up, so they do, but they don't, because a lot of people who live in the air, like in these areas, they just don't think about it. Honestly, they don't think about it. And yeah, the news does. The news talks about what to do. But the thing is that if you're watching the news, they're also, like, the whole time they're telling you what to do, they're also stressing you out by talking about what's going on and how bad it is and how hard it's hitting these coastlines and stuff like that, and trying to get information about what's going on ends up stressing you out, and it's overwhelming. And so you pretty much already, like, if you don't know what to do going into it, I mean, you will be stressed out. Like, it will affect you in ways that you don't expect it to. I mean, and and part of it, it's important to report on what's happening, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I don't know. That's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped watching the news a little bit before that, but that convinced me that I had made the right decision to stop watching the news. Because, yeah. Living in a state of fear and panic is not healthy. I know I've seen people say that the only reason I'm still alive in this pandemic is because of my being in a state of fear and panic the entire time. Like, no, that's not how it works. The stress is what kills you, while you think that the stress is helping. continual stress kills. And so it's just it's not good for you. It's not healthy. It's not health, not safe, no. So, yeah. So you know, I had already decided before it was cool. But no, I had already decided a long time ago at this point that the news was unhealthy and unhelpful. They didn't tell me anything I didn't already know. I did not leave that college. No, I graduated there. And I finished that quest. Yeah, I graduated I graduated there. I need 2,000 more mine coins. Let's keep working on evil games. There was actually only one hurricane in the 2 years I took to get my bachelor's degree. That'll like if you search for it, that would tell you what college I went to, but I mean, there's nothing, no private information. It's no secret, but yeah. Yeah, there was only one hurricane in the 2 years that it took. There were more hurricanes, but living in Orlando, one of the good things there is that Orlando is pretty much the center of Florida if you take the vertical cross section. So it takes a really, really bad hurricane to even potentially affect Orlando. Orlando is the town that people evacuate to because it's in one of the safest places in Florida from hurricanes. It actually wasn't too bad. I was within biking distance of... I was within walking and biking distance of everything I needed. But at the same time, I was essentially living on a college campus, which, you know, they make a point of taking care of things like that. Like, if I needed to get to the airport, I took an Uber. You know, I took an Uber or a taxi, or I got a ride with a friend, or, you know, stuff like that. So it's not like I didn't use a car anywhere, but I would say that there isn't really anywhere. Okay, there's a few places in the world where I would say that living without a car would be particularly difficult. But I wouldn't say there's very few. No, they did not have a good transit. Well, they had a reasonable transit system, but it wasn't particularly good. It wasn't particularly bad either. But if you only need to get all I did, grocery store, college campus, church, that's everything I needed to get to on my bike. So anything further than that, I was catching a ride with friends because I was already going with friends, or yeah, stuff like that. Getting to the airport was always the most interesting / most difficult part. I did take the bus somewhere at one point. I don't remember why. I don't remember where I took it. I don't remember why I took it. I don't think I took the bus to the airport, but I might have. That both sounds like me and doesn't sound like me. But I distinctly remember taking the bus, and I don't remember why. But, I mean, seriously, I live in an area of town that has a... What did I do? Why did I... What, huh? That has a surprisingly low walkability score. But that doesn't stop me from walking and biking the places that I need to go. I just do it. It's one of those things. If you are living without a car, which I've learned, like I've learned how to do this. If you're living without a car, there's a few things you look for when you're choosing a place to live. One of those things is how difficult it will be to get groceries. The big deal there is that getting groceries, so yeah, and that's the main thing, is getting groceries. And then let me change that. The number one thing is the stuff you're going to be going to all the time. So work. How reasonable it is to get to work. And then number 2 is how reasonable it is to get groceries. And then number 3 is how reasonable it is for the rest of your requirements. So if you're doing something once a week, like if you're getting groceries once a week, that's like that has X importance. If you're doing something once every 2 weeks, that's a bit less important, because you can deal with so much. You can deal with an amount of discomfort, quote unquote. You can deal with more discomfort if you're doing it less often. Another question: how do you deal with the windows? Yep, they have that here. All of the buses have bike racks on them. So, yeah. And I assume that I knew that you don't have a car, or that you don't drive. So I was mostly talking through that to, well, the one other viewer. But yeah, it's, you know, I made this choice in my life for a few reasons. One of which is that cars are the biggest polluter, and not just like greenhouse gases. They're the biggest polluter. They're not the biggest polluter in the world if you are only counting greenhouse gases. Because greenhouse gas emissions, cars are actually surprisingly decent with greenhouse gas emissions. When it comes to that efficiency. But there's other things that people don't talk about, like rubber. Cars put a heck of a lot of rubber into the air every year. You know, some of that, if you are in a smoggy area, and a surprising portion of that is rubber that you end up breathing in. There's other things that cars pollute with, but you know, that's just the top of it. So that's one of the reasons that I don't like cars, because I don't know. I have a hard time saying this because it is definitely not politically correct in this day and age. But I honestly, I don't care about global warming. What I care about is being able to breathe in the first place. But like, yeah, I think that it is a life decision, and I don't, like, a lot of people think that it's just because I'm lazy and I don't feel like drive and I don't want to learn how to drive, and that's not it. If I wanted to learn how to drive, I'd happily do it. But cars are just not the way, like, cars are just not a good thing for the future. Oh, darn it. Let's jump. No, but this gives me... Cars are... I don't know. This is a very American thing, I feel. But it's all, like, a North American thing. But, like, cars are directly connected to how we live. Like, a lot of people, their car isn't a luxury. Like, a car isn't a luxury or an amenity anymore. A car is a necessity, which I don't like that as a thing. Like, a car is almost a prosthetic. If you don't have a car, you're not a real adult if you don't have a car. Like, it's just, that entire idea is just, I hate it. I don't like the idea. I want more money to be invested into bike infrastructure, into pedestrian infrastructure, because it is such a thing, and I hate it. No, I don't think, like, I think electric cars aren't any different. They don't fix the big pollution. They don't fix tires wearing out. They don't fix other sorts of, they don't fix the idea that people need to... So part of the problem with cars is that cars push people towards single-family households. Now, if you want a single-family household, that's fine. But there's no reason that you need to drive to go get groceries. There should be no reason to have to drive to get groceries. Just period. Like, a grocery store should be within walking distance. Now, I get some people, okay, you want to live out in the country, like, sure, okay, that's different. You have a utility for a car, but inside of a city, you shouldn't need to have a car to get groceries. Just like, like, how many times do you just hop in a car to drive 5 minutes, pick something up, and drive 5 minutes back, or less? You're like, how different would it be if you could walk that 5 minutes, or like, one thing people point out about North America is, but winter. The problem is not, like, winter is not actually a reason to not invest in good infrastructure for things that aren't cars. the thing is that winter is a reason to invest more into pedestrian infrastructure, because you don't want cars on the road in the winter. You want people to choose to walk places, to choose to bike places. Like, your city should, like, the cities like me. Cities should really like people like me, because I don't use their roads. I don't do damage to their roads with my car. Sure, I might use their roads, but their roads are designed for so much heavier traffic than me on my electric bike that I do essentially nothing to it. So, I don't know, it frustrates me, because getting more people, getting more pedestrians out there for more than just leisure, if you get people being pedestrians as a part of their daily life, then it's just better. It is less pollution. It is healthier for like, you have healthier people. Healthier people means for healthier cities. Like, less pollution makes healthier people. Like, there's a whole lot here, and it all ties together. And what we have right now is not good. You can sustain a city with less upkeep by getting people as pedestrians than as cars. Now, how do you have people do long distance journeys in that? I would say a bus system. A bus system is great. Like, if you have a strong enough if you have pedestrian infrastructure, you can then afford to invest in your in your busing infrastructure, in your public transport more, because people aren't using your roads as much. And since people aren't using your roads as much, you don't have to invest as much in keeping the roads repaired. And since you're not investing as much in keeping the roads repaired, you can spend more in other places to make your city a better place. Like, honestly, if I had the ability to make a change, I would make I would try and find a way to provide a tax benefit to people who don't use roads. Yes, I know that I would love the Netherlands. I have that is one of the places that I've thought about finding my way to. Once my reasons for staying in my hometown are gone. But yeah, it just, I don't know, I don't have a good way to like, voting with my feet is one thing, But to be completely honest, I want to fix the way the US is. Like, I'm patriotic. Like, I don't, like, I would rather be be fighting a system to get the place that I love better than I would just go someplace that already is the way that I want it to be. And I get that there are people who don't want the changes that I propose, but they don't, like, a lot of them just don't understand what it actually would mean. If you really, really refuse to do anything but drive everywhere, getting more people off the roads means that your drive will be safer and will be easier. You will not run into traffic. And so it just... I don't have an answer besides just preaching my views, my beliefs about this matter, and trying to convincing people onto my side. Because the thing is that stronger towns just make for better things. So it's one of those things where I see a lot of problems in the US, in my country. So yeah, I don't know. He is. So, it is good to be sweeping mines. So, yeah, I have a lot of ideas and a lot of ways to fix problems that I see, and I know that I'm not... that I'm, like, you know, there has to be... There's obviously good counter-arguments against my standings and beliefs, but... what I'm looking for is, there's just not a way to talk about this stuff anymore, it seems. There's a reason why there's a part of me that really wants to get into politics. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's a part of me that wants to get into politics and, and fight to fix the things in the world that I see as, fix the problems I see in the world. That isn't where I clicked. I mean, it's where I clicked, but that isn't where I meant to click. I guess I don't quite know what you mean. We don't do much politically or anything along those. I think the answer is that no, my church does not do much with social action. Trying to read between the lines there. But we do a decent bit of outreach. But we don't do much politically or anything along those lines. It's all, it's all... Wow, my brain does not have the answers I'm looking for. It's all interpersonal. It's all, well, it's you know, feeding the poor, helping the needy. We support an entire we support a house. I don't remember how many at an orphanage. I don't remember how many. Yes, we do some of that. Not always though. So like we currently in the past couple of years, we've had a support program that we help fund for orphans aging out of the system, which is a very hard place for people to be at. It can be very hard to find your footing after aging out of the orphanages. Same thing we had for, I think we support a group that helps addicts and family members of addicts with various types of support. I don't know if there's much monetary support that goes out from that, but I don't know everything that my church in particular does. Like one of the ones that we talk about more, but that's because of its relationship to the church. People who are from our church founded this orphanage, and so in Kenya or somewhere, it's either Kenya or Nigeria, I don't remember which. I think it's Kenya, but founded this orphanage, and we support an entire house at that orphanage. Pretty much entirely, if I remember right. Now, that's not local, but you know. One thing that my church is not particularly good at is planning things in the first place. We're good at following through on things once we've decided to do them, but the initial planning phase before we've decided to do it, or even once we've decided to do it and we just haven't started yet, kind of ends up being ignored. So we're not necessarily the best about local community outreach because of that. Especially not like starting local community outreach systems. But once something is already going, we are pretty good about supporting it once it's started. I mean, I could start something, but I don't have the time for that. I do so much. I can't add any more onto my plate. And that's a lie. I could totally add more on my plate, but I'm not going to add more on my plate right now. It's like, part of that is that I can start things and I can do planning, because I'm reasonable at that part. It's the follow through that I have problems with. But I'm also not particularly great at necessarily getting buy-in for projects. So, yeah. It was a good choice to do Minesweeper today. I needed something to clear my mind. Let me not have to think about the game I was playing. Good job, Brain. You made a good choice today. Yeah, I do. I need to get better at just sitting down and slowing up. Sitting down and slowing down. Letting myself think and work through things and not just keep going a million miles a minute all the time. It's a skill I'm trying to get better at. At work, I'm trying to learn to slow down and more consistently get things right the first time. And so, you know, trying to practice that everywhere when I can. One there. I wouldn't be surprised if I could probably be diagnosed with something ADD like. I would not be surprised. One thing... Nah. Or I guess it could be on the autism spectrum. I'm not exactly sure where it would sit, but I am somewhere in a mixture of... Or it's very, very common for me to bounce a million miles a second. But then sit down and focus on something for a stupidly long amount of time. Something inane. But you know, that's one of the things where you have when you have strong giftings in a few areas, you're gonna be weaker in other areas. And I would say that my communication skills are probably weaker than other people on average. I wouldn't say I'm bad. I wouldn't say I'm a bad communicator. But I have to work very hard at it when I have to work very hard with my communication skills more often than I would expect I should have to. It's not uncommon for me to just not have a way to put the things that are going on in my head together in a way that other people will be able to understand. See ya, Ziggy. I would also say that, Ziggy! That we don't necessarily overdiagnose things, but we overprescribe things. We try to fix... I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but in the US, we try to fix too many things. We try to put too many things back to normal. Now, I do think that there is a point when something is disruptive beyond repair in a person's life, and that is a good point to provide them some help. But at the same time, that help can't become a crutch that they have to live with for the rest of their life. And if that's how it has to be, then I guess, but that's, I don't know, I consider that to be unacceptable. I mean, I have... Exactly. Now, like, for me, I don't want to be normal. I've never had anything inside of me that's been like, yeah, you should try to be like the other people. You should try to be normal. No, I've always tried to be the interesting person in the room. I've always tried to be the person who... And it does... I can't say that it ends up separating me from people. I probably have less friends than I would have if I tried to be a normal person. But... those wouldn't be friends. Like, if you need to fake who you are to make friends, then are they really friends? I don't know. That's one of those things where I don't know. I don't know where I stand, because I kind of I moved going into my junior year of high school. 11th grade. And so I lost my entire friend group that I had built up over those 11 years, 12 years, however long it was. Trying to decide if I count kindergarten or not, you know. A very German word. But, I try to... I don't know. So I don't really have my friend group from that time anymore. And so because of that, I'm very much, oh, for sure. I was never concerned about being different, though. Like, literally never. The thing that really bothers me, though, is my question of... what does having a friend mean? Like, I don't... sometimes I really don't know. I have people who I think are my friends, and then it seems that more often than not, it seems like their life moves on and mine stays still. And that's kind of rough. So it's not uncommon for me to feel alone. And that was true before this pandemic stuff started too. But it's not uncommon for me to feel like a loner, like a hermit. It's one of the reasons why I'm not sure I'd be okay with working with becoming my own boss, working on my own projects, because that would mean that I would lose yet another reason to be connected with people. But at the same time, if I was doing that, I would be streaming a lot of what I was doing, and so I would be connected with different people in a different way. But is this really connection? Like, I don't know. You can tell that I'm completely talking out of absolutely nowhere. No planning about where I'm going right now. Because welcome back. But you can tell that I'm talking about something in a way that I am not thinking about what I'm talking about very much at all. Because I am... Excuse me? Meh. And that seems like a reasonable definition to me. It's just, I don't know. I guess I feel like I don't have... I only have a few friends... Or I have... I don't know how to use my words. Iggy and Ziggy. Except Ziggy's gone. Iggy left so Ziggy could come. Ziggy left so Iggy could come back. So, I don't know. I just... feel like I end up, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I end up doing things that are... I end up not having friends. I guess is the words I'm trying to say. And so we will see what comes from this secret project, because I have some plans for it, and if it ends up going the way I want it to, then there might be new friendships coming out of that, and they might last. And that would be kind of new, because I don't think I've made many new friendships that have actually lasted. Nah. Nah. Now, what you guys probably have realized a long time ago is that I'm the kind of person who thinks out loud. And so... and so that is one of the reasons why I think that I would make a half-decent streamer, even though I think that I make absolutely terrible commentary. Yeah. I feel like I make absolutely horrible commentary a lot of the time. I don't think I do a very good job at it, but you know, I think it's still entertaining somehow. And I think a decent portion of that is because I do think out loud. And it's much easier for me to think out loud than it is for me to think in my head. And it is an absolute wonder that I made it through school without getting in much trouble for that. Oh, I'm fairly socially awkward too. You guys don't get to see that part of me. I wouldn't say I'm speaking off the top of my head. I would say I'm just saying absolutely everything that goes through my head. Not quite absolutely everything, but a decent portion. 60-40, 80-20, something around, something up there. So, I don't know. But I think that, surprisingly, maybe unsurprisingly, it makes for somewhat reasonable commentary, even though even though I get distracted and go on rabbit trails all the time. I'm not sure if my commentary is anything but rabbit trails, but, you know. Sometimes I pick a topic and stick to it. I guess that can be considered a topic change rather than a rabbit trail then, if I pick a new topic and stick with it for a while. Yeah. And I think that most people are here for me and not for the game. I mean, my Minesweeper gameplay is decent. I don't think it's anything too spectacular. I was better. I'm rusty. Oof. 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 Big pain. So, I don't know. So, I don't know. One of the things I'm most worried about has nothing to do with my commentary, and has everything to do with the fact that I have made a choice, and I'm going to continue to stick with that choice, that I don't want to be... that I refuse to be stereotyped as a person who plays a single type of game, or a single game. And that makes it a lot harder for me to grow as a streamer. I would agree with that statement. Variety is definitely the healthiest. But it makes it much harder to grow. Variety is hell to analytics. Like, my stream was growing consistently when I was just doing Minesweeper all the time for 2 months. Like, I can look at those 2 months and my analytics, you know, the numbers. You know, if I was, you know, make number go up. If that was all I cared about, then, yeah, like, you know, at what cost indeed. So, I refuse. That's one of the things. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is that it hurts my ability to grow my viewer base. But I'm okay with that. I mean, it's not great. I wish. Oh, for sure. So, I don't know. So, yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, keep doing what I've been doing. 'Cause, I'm not playing the make number go up game. At least for today. I'm playing Minesweeper today. I probably won't play tomorrow, but, you know, I needed something to unwind from doing a whole bunch of server administration work. Which is something that I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, this is casual Minesweeper for sure. Not trying for any particular speed. Yeah, I was trying for 110% efficiency plus on expert a little while or earlier in the stream, but well, I lost that by 150-50. I almost had it, and I lost that by 150-50, and I didn't get that close again. So, to me, I just, continuing what I was talking about, if all I cared about was growing my stream, I could grow much faster than I have been. But that's not the game I'm playing. I'm playing a game where I grow my community, in a healthy way, for myself at least. Where it is a wholesome, wholesome communities built off of enjoying each other and such not. Exactly. And so, obviously, I can just, obviously, I could just keep doing the same thing and I would be able to grow. But if you're only here for the thing that I'm doing and not for the commentary and whatnot, I don't know. Not saying that that's wrong. Like, you're not in the wrong. I'm not in the wrong. It's just maybe we're not the best fit for each other. And not talking to you in particular, just kind of in general. Because very early on, I was a Terraria streamer, and then I became when I came back to streaming, I was a Minecraft streamer, and then I was a Terraria streamer, and then I was a Puzzle Pirate streamer, and then I was a Maple Story streamer. Like, I sat and did one thing for... Yeah, I did. I played through... I played Master Mode. This is Minesweeper, yes. Yeah, I played through Master Mode on Terraria when it first came out. And I did that co-op with a bunch of friends. And we didn't speedrun. But, yeah. It was fun. But then we beat the game, and, I moved on and kept playing. I kept trying to play Terraria, doing modded. But it just wasn't the right thing for me to keep playing Terraria. Because what I was trying to do is I was trying to hold on to the growth. It's kind of like my earliest big number streams, and even some of my biggest streams, are still Puzzle Pirates streams that I did early on. But, I decided that was unhealthy for me, because I was doing very, very long streams. I was very tired in the morning after I did them. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it. But I was getting tired of the game. So I moved on. And I lost almost all the viewers that I had gained who weren't watching me for me. They were watching me for the game I was playing. Now, at the same time, I wasn't as good of a commentator back then. I have had a significant amount of experience since I was doing that, So it's easier for people to watch me for the commentary, watch me for the community. But I would like to think that I still have reasonable level quality of gameplay. Like I think I'm decent at Loop Hero. I think I choose games that I'm decent at because I try to get good at games that I enjoy playing. I can say that Minecraft will come back. Terraria will probably come back at some point. Puzzle Pirates could come back. Any game that I have played in the past is fair game for me to play in the future. Just would need to be in the right mood for it. And I'm sorry to hear that War Thunder put you in a bad mood. I have thought of... I did play modded Terraria. My problem is that... for me, at least, a lot of my joy in the game comes from playing... a lot of my joy in gaming in general comes from playing with friends. There are relatively few games that I can play without doing them co-op. And every time I try, or not every time, but a lot of times that I try, I just come back to that conclusion. Is that I play games for community. I don't play games for the games. I enjoy the games. The games are fun, but I play games for community, for spending time with friends. Yeah, I know what War Thunder is. I've never played it, but I do know what it is. But yeah, the game is much better. Like Terraria is much better co-op. Yeah, and that's a good time to step away from a game. Is if you're like on it. To me, that's when I step away from a game. Is when I stop having fun. But yeah, I would not be against playing more Terraria. But I would want to play Terraria co-op with friends, and right now I don't have a co-op project. That's kind of frustrating. But right now we have a co-op project that's undergoing a lot of work to start getting ready for it. And so we kind of don't have a co-op project right now. But we will. We will have a co-op project. There's one there. You have... Nah. I see. Eventually. Yeah. I'm not sure. Well, it might be... Shocked might be the right word. I hope it's... I hope it's really... I hope it's enjoyable. One of the things... I'm looking forward to it a lot. Thinking about that one, though. So, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this upcoming project. Like, so much. And I hope that it's... I hope that, it's as fun as I think it's going to be. Because if it is, then it's going to... it's gonna be a great project if it's as fun as it feels like it should be. And I'm starting to talk about it a little bit more because it might be coming. It might be a bit sooner or it's starting to get a bit closer to when it's going to be launching. So, you know. But at the same time, I would not mind getting into a co-op Terraria project. I think that would be a decent bit of fun. There's one right there, which means there's... But that probably would be biting off more than I could chew. And I'd probably have to drop that. I distinctly remember Baum saying that he preferred playing alone. So I'm not even gonna... Not even... Feel free to ask him if you want. But it would need to be a relatively short-term project. I mean, my hands are normally down at my mouse and keyboard, you know. Okay. Okay, I'm lost. I kind of feel like I'm completely lost here. What's... Okay, so there's two right there. What? There's nothing there, which means there's one there. There's one there, and there's one in those two, which means there has to be one there and there. There's one there, which means there's one in those two spots. There's one in those two, which means there's one in those two, which means there's one in those two, so one has to go there. Nothing can go there. One has to go there and there, which means nothing can go there. Not there or there. There's nothing there, which means there's one there. Excuse me while I take care of actually finishing this. There's one in those two, which means there's one in those two, which means there's nothing there, which means that's solved, which... And there we go. Okay. Okay. I wasn't paying attention until I started talking about it. So, yeah, I wouldn't be up for a shorter co-op project in the short term. But the thing that's coming up, oh, that's big. And that might end up taking away, like, for a little while, taking away all my time that I would have dedicated to any solo projects. Just for a little while. Da, 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 da. For once, that message is actually correct, because I am playing a game that doesn't provide its own music. This song is, in fact, a released song. If you want to listen to it outside of my stream, you can pull it up on Spotify. You can find me there, and if you'd like to drop a follow, that would be greatly appreciated. And now I'm back out of advertising mode. I didn't think. Yeah, yeah, no, it's one of those things where I'm very tempted. Like I kind of need to switch to using my own bot, so that I can set up a command for my mods, or even just for me, but preferably for my mods, so that they can disable that advertising. Because that advertising makes no sense, on games that have an OST, but it's too much work, to switch over it's too much work to manually switch over to a different message every time I play a game with an OST. It might be something I wrote. Okay. Well, I hope you have fun. Do. So, my current, it might be. It might just be. Though I don't think I'm Toby Fox, so it probably isn't. But it might be. Yep, I'm secretly Toby Fox. It was me all along. See, she listens. I was just lying about wanting to quit my job and start making my own games. I've already done it. You know, I'm rich. I'm a massively successful indie game developer in the past. Like, I wouldn't say I'm rich, but you know, it went pretty well. You fools! I have tricked you all! It's why I don't show my face, you know? I'm a very good voice actor, you know. So I'm using a different voice than normal, and I use this avatar, so nobody can tell. 12 out of 10. Best voice acting. Okay, let's go ahead and try this again, now that I've de-rusted a bit. I could play a dating simulator. Why did I do that? Not the voice acting, that was fine, but why did I put that mine? Why did I flag that mine there? I don't have the problem with the dating simulator is I don't have enough female voices to do a dating simulator justice. I'm not that good of a voice actor. Like a fake. Not gonna do it. You dare tempt me. One right there, so it means there's one there. You dare tempt me. I think the answer is you don't. Oof. Huh. Trying to figure out if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing because I'm not going to be able to finish. But I also think that would be a good thing if I could finish. Because it means that it's complicated. One there, which means none there, which means one there. One there. Darn it. Well, that's a rip. Okay, my brain has decided to listen to a different part of the song than normal. Um, it's decided to listen to the pad tonight. Darn it! Darn it! Darn it! Darn it! And I was. Oh, so that wasn't Rip. That wasn't Rip. Look at that. Look at that 119% at like half, just under half done. So there's no mine there, but there is a mine there. Guaranteed. No mine there. I didn't really need to click. Yeah, that was... So there's one there. And there's either one there or one there. That was dumb. That was not the right one to click on. Okay. So, yeah. Sorry, this is... I kind of have to focus a little bit more when focusing on efficiency. I can't do anything there. That's solved. I should have done that instead. Okay, so there's that chunk right there. Yeah. Darn it. Darn it. Should have done that instead. Oh, well. So what I'm hearing is the except it's the but it's the it's the harmonic of that. It's probably the third. Singing stream when? I just haven't had one. I just haven't decided to have one yet. If you really want a singing stream, you can have one. I have no complaints with that. I mean, I'll need to prepare. But, you know. Doing great isn't the question. No, I have no problems with singing. Not self-conscious, not any of those things, so. If you want me to get a singing stream on the schedule, then I'll just have to put some time in to prepare. For something like that, it'll be scheduled, or it should be scheduled far enough in advance. In advance? Words are hard. But yeah. Ba da da da, ba da da, ba 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 da. Uh-oh. Here we go. The fun part is that's probably the kind of thing I wouldn't really be able to keep a VOD of on Twitch. YouTube for sure, but Twitch, nah, it's harder. Twitch's DMCA situation isn't as nice as YouTube's, is all I can say. But hey, I have a YouTube channel that I stream to all the time just for that. Well, not just for that, but, you know. Wow, that's an ugly corner. I knew that wasn't a good place to look. I don't know why I still looked anyway. Who'da thunk it? What the heck? What the heck? Okay, so there's one there, which means there's one right there, which is a better place to start. Thanks! I can try. It might be a little hard. I wasn't paying attention there at all. Look at that 143%, man. Man. It's the system, man. They're keeping me down, man. Okay. That corner was a thing. That corner... Hey, Tick Tick. Long time no see. Yes, you have been. And so have I. I've been... Yeah, I also have not accepted affiliate. Like I have been offered affiliate, but I will not be accepting it because I like restreaming to YouTube. I like having this freedom that I have right now. Like, YouTube doesn't have that limitation. Facebook doesn't have that limitation. I'm not streaming to Facebook yet. But you know. Stream to Reddit. Yeesh. Might as well stream to LinkedIn too, you know. Nice, nice. That's a little bit smaller than my server. But that... Sorry. You don't need to get a server like I did. Don't. Just don't. My suggestion is don't. I don't use Reddit, so I wouldn't stream to Reddit. I don't use Facebook, but I might stream to Facebook because it's one of the fastest growing streaming platforms right now. But, you know. I don't have a problem with Reddit. It's just not my thing. Nice. Yeah, I'm not ready for Kubernetes. I'm not ready for that. I'm barely understanding setting up my server already. Moving to multiple multiple different physical machines. I have seen it. I follow you on GitHub. Of course I've seen it. I noticed that you went and delete and removed all of your Kotlin code to restart in Java. Did you have a falling out with Kotlin? Oh, you didn't have a falling out with Kotlin. Docker did. I see. So yeah, I'm currently working on setting up all of the infrastructure, all of the Dockerized infrastructure for my server. You know, like, I might have Portainer and Trafic running right now. Yes. Let's go with yes for now. I am... yes for now on containers for the win. Like, one of the things, if I was doing things the way I normally would go about them, I would already have a running Minecraft server. Long time ago. But the fact that I'm trying to do things the right way, so, you know, I'm setting up all this infrastructure, I'm setting up all this infrastructure. I'm doing, I'm setting things up to be secure, setting things up to, you know, stuff like that. I'm still probably a long ways away from, not necessarily a long ways, but I'm still a ways away from having a testbed server running. Security is important, though, especially now that I actually have a powerful machine running a powerful server running it. Just kill me. See. But yeah, this... I think that things are going well. And one of the things that I know I'm doing is I am completely over-designing what I'm doing. There's no reason that I need an LDAP server. Like, there's no reason I need to be... You know, I'm way overbuilding things, but I'm really enjoying the process of structuring it. Like, I'm really enjoying the learning this part. And so I'm... Exactly. But the thing is that I'm going to be using the LDAP server for more than just, it's not going to just be one account in it. So, like, it's going to be used for authentication into the cloud service that I'm going to be setting up. So, you know, there's a lot of work to do. I don't need that now, but I also don't need the game server now. So I might as well set everything up at the same time. Cloud storage service. Yes. Cloud storage for people. Like, people at my church need cloud storage for churchy things. And so I'm happy to be a cloud provider for that. Give them a terabyte, you know. I have the space. No, I'm not crazy enough to plan on providing infrastructure as a service. That's not... No. Just no. I would argue that is already a saturated market. That you can't... There's not a way to break into that market as a small provider. So, yeah. So I do wonder, Tick Tick, are you still planning on being a part of the secret project when it comes to fruition, and you just didn't want to have anything to do with you wanted to step away from planning it? Or were you entirely done with taking part, or were you wanting to step back from that altogether? Either way is fine with me. It doesn't affect me. But, you know. Probably a good thing to know where you think you're at right now, at least. There's one there, which means there's one there. Okay. Well, just feel free to reach out if you want to take part more in what's going on. I know you're in a very... I wouldn't say unstable, but you're in a very, you are in a very malleable position. There we go. That was the word I was looking for. Well, if you want to use the word unstable, then I'll let you use that word. That's the goal. So, anyway, sadly, I think that I'm gonna need to call it about here. I'm starting to feel pretty tired. And, but this has been fun. It actually went longer today than I expected it to. So, So, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and, I'll be back tomorrow. Probably with more Loop Hero, just seeing where I'm at right now. But yeah, until next time, see you later.